This is day 33, and Rumor had the day off yesterday, so this is actually ride number 6. And we started the day in the round pen, doing some basic groundwork, yielding the forequarters, yielding the hindquarters, side passing over the pole, that kind of stuff. And then I worked on his canter in the round pen, trying to get him to hold the canter, which he did pretty well. He did that pretty well in the round pen. Then we moved over into the outdoor arena, and we started out with a little bit of lunging. I tried to get him to canter in the outdoor arena, and just really wasn't working out, so I kind of gave up on that. And after we did some lunging, we moved over to riding. So this is my first time actually riding him in the outdoor arena, and he did pretty well considering a couple things. One, there's a pretty busy road right next to the arena, and sometimes the cars going by and motorcycles and stuff can be pretty loud. And my thoroughbred, who's been riding out there for 5 years, still freaks out every time a loud vehicle goes by. But the cars and stuff really did not faze him at all, which I kind of expected considering his personality. I forgot to bring my dressage whip, and I was too lazy to go get it, so I really had a little hard time getting him to trot or really be forward. So most of what we did was at the walk, which was fine. Here we were working on an exercise called point to point, which is basically, in this case, I just set up some barrels. And what I do is I just ride him from one point to another. So in this case, it's from one barrel to another. In the indoor arena, I'll usually ride it from the corners of the arena, and sometimes we'll go across the diagonal, or we'll go down the side, or whatever. And at this stage in his training, this is actually a really difficult exercise for him. And you'll see when he moves around, he does not go in a straight line from one point to the other point. It's very zigzaggy, very haphazard. Sometimes we just overshoot. Even at the walk, we're overshooting our points. And actually, it's kind of more difficult here. I set up the barrel so that I could have him in front of the camera. It's actually much easier to do in the arena when we're going from one corner of the arena to the other. And sometimes with other horses in the past, I've put treats at the barrels, and that way they get really excited about going to the barrel, and they get their treat. And sometimes I'll just plop the treat down right when we get there. But in his case, he doesn't do treats, so I just give him lots of scratches when we get to the barrel, and that seems to make him happy. So we did this exercise in the outdoor arena, and he did all right. He was kind of distracted, mostly distracted by the horses. You know, he wanted to be out in the field with the other horses. So we did it for a while there, and then we moved to the indoor arena, and then he did much better in the indoor arena. And I had my dressage whip with me, so we trotted. And the nice thing about this exercise is as they look forward to going from one point to the next point, they become straighter and more forward. So you probably won't see it right here in this video because this was when we were first starting out. But here he's all zigzaggy, but then later on when we were doing the exercise in the indoor, he started getting really straight, you know, going to the next point because he knows he's going to get to rest, and he knows he's going to get a scratch. And at one point he started really picking up some forward motion in the indoor arena. We even did a little cantering. So this is kind of a steering exercise and kind of an exercise in keeping him forward. And then what I do is once he starts to anticipate going to the different points and he wants to stop at the points, then I make him not stop at the point. Then I'll start having him, in this case with the barrels, I would make him either circle the points, or in the case of the arena, I would just make him continue past the arena. And then it just gets them nice and straight and forward with less yanking and pulling. So that's what we worked on today, and we'll probably continue doing that. And then in the indoor arena, we did a little bit of circles, but not a whole lot because he's not really ready for that yet. But just walking and trotting and, you know, working on the steering. So that's what we're continuing to do this week.